What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Before and After the. Yours truly, Cream Crazy Cat, always your host. Be sure to follow, the watch, the like, the share, the subscribe, both the Instagram, both YouTube. We're gonna go over in this half an hour podcast over the last past week with Raw, SmackDown, everything you want to know, need to know, and more, and all that good stuff. First, we're gonna do what we didn't get to go over last time. I'm gonna show you a couple videos I wanted to show you in the last podcast, but didn't get time for it, so I'll go ahead and show you right now. Those of you who 40 years, like Triple H was saying, 40 years WWE has been around and going nowhere. No business or company is going to buy it out of there. Plus, it's awesome. It's amazing. It's biggest sport in America, even over football, the number one sport by fact that WWE is life and forever. And I just wanted to share that video and process it and acknowledge that WWE is for then, now, forever together, like the WWE Universe would say tonight on Monday Night Raw, and that I, for one, would always be in its corner. As it said, Wrestling Federation, WWF, World Wrestling Federation with The Rock and Triple H. You had ECW with Rob, Dan, and then you had Monday Night Raw. That first it was Raw's War with John Cena and Edge, and it became Monday Night Raw. Then the game Triple H CEO after Mr. McMahon was over it, and Stephanie McMahon's managers and Shane McMahon came in and smacked it down, made it for The Rock, NWO with Hulk Hogan and Radar, all of them connecting it together, and that WWE is Hall of Famers, legendaries, Mel, Beamer, Trish Stratus, Lita, you name it all. Then, now, forever together, always stands for that wrestling is the number one sport in America. It's been proven fact by views and also by many people buy a ticket just to get a seat to watch it, let alone at home or giving their comments or anything, input, anything like that connected to it. And that's why it's been around for 40 years. Like Triple H said, ain't going nowhere. No other companies buying it as they tried to, but didn't work out so well for it. And then I just want to say, these will show you that those of you who say, oh, it's fake, it's for your entertainment, any show or movie that you watch is entertaining and acting too, and that we put our bodies on the line, is what a WWE superstar would say. Just to entertain you, so the least you can do is show them a little bit of respect, and if you don't like it, go back to, watch whatever, something else, watch a different sport, football, you got basketball, you got baseball, soccer, UFC, boxing. You don't have to watch it or acknowledge it or pay attention to it if you don't like it, if you ain't down with it. But those of you who ain't down with it, I got 2 words for ya. Suck it, like TS Generation would say. So I'm going to go ahead and show that video. I didn't get to show it last time. Didn't have time for it. But we're going to get this acknowledged. We're going to get this watched right now. So pay attention. Enjoy it. Watch, like, share, follow, subscribe on both Instagram and both YouTube. The Queen Crazy K, your host, in this podcast having a video. This is a mixture of the Hall of Fame that was a couple weeks ago with WrestleMania and those Raw and SmackDowns, including exactly what I was talking about with what I mean by WWE's forever. So this is like the Hall of Fame of 2023, the great, biggest little man in sports entertainment, Rey Mysterio, who was the first inducted into the Hall of Fame for this year, the biggest little man in WWE history, one of my top favorites of all time. Jerry the King Lawler, who made the King of Kings for like Triple H to be King of Kings, King of the Ring for Baron Corbin, who won it. Xavier Woods, who's been able to win it, that sort of stuff. And then you had where it was, the Judgment Day was there, who are like dominant on Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, who was also on the bump, and Asuka, where most wrestlers, what they do, and they say where they get it from the wrestler before them, like Sasha Banks, always jumping off the top raven with a splash to celebrate the late Eddie Guerrero. Rey Mysterio always acknowledging him in his vehicle as the first inducted into the Hall of Fame of 2023. How WrestleMania, anything and everything can happen with Bad Bunny, who was there, who will be the host of WrestleMania Backlash. With Raw and SmackDown following it up, and the questions is like, after WrestleMania, what's next? The almighty Bobby Lashley winning the Battle Royal for Andre the Giant. And these are just some just personalized in general. And you hear the Tribal Chief song playing in the background. Universal WWE Champion for 3 years straight. And ain't nobody Hall of Fame legendary now, superstar, then superstar, then rookie, anybody has been able to dethrone him. And that's why he will be acknowledged as the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, as the ones along with the Uso Penitentiary that still dominate with or without the championship. He's been doing it for over, since wrestling's been started, with the bloodline, you know, The Rock. You got Roman Reigns, you got Jimmy, you got Jay, you got Rikishi, you got their uncle's first ever African American tag team champions in WWE history. That family, you got Umaga, you got Solo, you got Tamina, you got Nia Jax. That Samoan family has always been there, always will, since WWE has been created. And that explains so much with them individually, let alone together as a family or a team, why they're unstoppable. And why they will be acknowledged as the ones running Friday Night SmackDown. And then you got the draft coming up between Raw and SmackDown that it can get rocky, it can get mixed up, or it could just kind of remain the same, but not so much that we could see new superstars coming back. I seen Rosa, the next WWE superstar, on a WWE exclusive interview that, you know, who knows, she could be back on Raw and SmackDown. We don't know the draft until we watch it and find out who the first is. I think that the first female from Monday Night Raw Women's Champion, the EST all day, every day, Bianca Belair. I got to see her on the WWE Live show, by the way, to make up for last Monday not being able to see her defeat in a singles action. And I think that the first male should be Monday Night Raw, to just let this crowd sing along with him with his victory of Logan Paul since WrestleMania. Burning it down as the male superstar of Monday Night Raw, first in my votes for the draft. And then for SmackDown, the Universal WWE Champion, unstoppable, dominated, Tribal Chief for 3 years, like I just was talking about a couple seconds ago, acknowledging Roman Reigns as the Tribal Chief on Friday Night SmackDown, all with the Usos and Solo, the whole entire bloodline. And then a female superstar, I would have to say, our SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Brutally Bloody Ripley. She is the Nightmare. She is the Destroyer. She's been NXT UK Champion, NXT Women's Champion, Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, Tag Team Women's Champion. She's done everything she said she was going to do. She's entered #1 and eliminated all 29 other women, winning the Royal Rumble. She's been dominated with the Judgment Day. She's been dominated as an individual. She is who she says she is, the Nightmare Bloody freaking Rhea Ripley. And whether you like it or not, she always comes to do exactly what she said she was going to do, what she put her mind out to do, whether you like it or not. And she was on the bump, and I want to celebrate Rhea Ripley, who was on the bump this past week. And then also you had Sandhouse, who was also on the bump. I love that he's keeping that Lucha Underground, that legendary for Rey Mysterio and what it means to them as a family, as an individual, as a superstar, that outside of wrestling, it does mean a lot more than just a person under a mask. Like, it's not a Halloween thing, it is a tradition thing, it's a legendary thing, and I love watching Lucha Underground. I love watching, like, Kalisto, Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio, all the Lucha Undergrounds, and Santos Estamos acknowledging him and helping him out and being there for him and supporting them and supporting what it means to them personally to wear that mask every single night that they come out of there, or when they do wear it just in general. And when Prince Puma and Ricochet used to wear it to support them. So anyways, that was that one. I want to talk about that. And then this just jumped right into my Easter video I didn't get to show you guys last time, celebrating EST's 34th birthday. And The Miz, WWE Champion, Mr. Money Bank, Intercontinental Champion, A-lister on the mic because he's the star of the shows, The Miz and the Celtic Warrior workout. Along with the Usos on the Up Up Down Down 2K23 with Xavier Woods, the host, who I seen him win over LA Knight in a singles action, along with the Usos, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Solo brawling in a fight with Solo picking up that victory over Matt Riddle later on. Shinsuke Nakamura returning, NXT Champion, Intercontinental Champion, you name it, on SmackDown, dominating a singles action this past Friday night SmackDown. My prediction would have to be, and then Butch Nala picking up a tag team victory, and along with Ricochet and Braun Strowman continue to do that. So based on the results of this past Friday night SmackDown, because they were on the bump and on out of character, so I wanted to talk about that. And the Celtic Warrior workout with the out of character and the bump and all that good stuff. Based on that, I think that this coming from my like I said, we talked about the bump, we talked about out of character, we talked about Celtic Warrior, we talked about this past Friday night SmackDown, and we talked about what the drafts will. I think my number one votes on Raw and SmackDown should be for the draft that's coming. And of course with Backlash coming up, and that would bring me to Brock Lesnar and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I think that Brock Lesnar will accept Cody Rhodes' challenge to get his revenge against him at Backlash for trying to end his career, trying to injure his ribs again and put him back on the shelf. And I think that Trish Stratus, I can see where Trish Stratus is coming from. It's because of her why they became Tag Team Women's Champion in the first place, and she's kind of getting shoved in the back. We're used to her doing that heel turn back in the day. Trish Stratus, that's how she became WWE Champion, whether you liked it or not. She's a Hall of Famer. She's a legendary. She's done it all. She said it all. And for her to hold something that was because of her, I can see that she's the one that attacked Lita and has nothing to explain except that she wants exactly what she deserves, what she's earned for herself, not for somebody else to take what she's done and take the credit for it. That, in my opinion, that's what she's thinking right now. Or just because she just wanted to do it. It made perfect sense. But anyways, of course, I know when Trish Stratus, if she explains her reasoning tonight, I know that Big Time Bex is not going to allow that to happen, is not going to sleep on it. Big Time Bex is going to be coming out getting revenge one way or another for attacking her over Trish Stratus, whether she explains or doesn't explain. She comes out to that ring, Big Time Bex is coming. And she's going to be a fire Irish lash kicker, and she will whip that lash of Trish Stratus on Monday Night Raw tonight to get her revenge. The American Nightmare better be prepared because Brock Lesnar, if he shows up there physically, whether he's there physically or there, I know he's going to accept that challenge at Backlash. And I still think Bad Bunny, the host of Backlash, and Rey Mysterio needs a tag team with Dominic for sure and Priest to fix what happened with that little attack and thinking it was funny, and that's why they got the last laugh. Rey Mysterio got the last laugh, helping them out from trying to do the exact same thing on SmackDown and for the match in general, for thinking it was funny. They attacked them, and then when they won the match, they tried to do the same thing, didn't get the job done. So I think there's unfinished business right there, that should be definitely a tag team situation. Because Bad Bunny, The Miz was the host, and he got to wrestle at WrestleMania, so why can't Bad Bunny do the exact same thing with Rey Mysterio against Priest and Dominic at Backlash to handle the squash for there? That would be like a Backlash prediction, along with the American Nightmare winning the match over Brock Lesnar to be a Backlash prediction. And then our Raw champion Bianca Belair already has a challenger, so like I said, I got to see her on a WWE Live. Austin Theory, United States champion as well, to make up for last Monday. So hopefully we see her tonight. And what's next is for her to continue to be Raw Women's Champion at Backlash. And I like her going against Io Shirai. That's a little throwback NXT match right there, because they know about each other so well. They've been in the ring on multiple occasions. Between Damage Control and Bianca Belair, even in the NXT, they have so much in common. So I'm saying, they dominated in the NXT together. They dominated on Monday Night Raw together, whether it was on the against each other or not. And so seeing Io Shirai and Bianca Belair throwing it all again, kind of mixing NXT with Backlash, kind of getting to be in the mix there, that's going to be a great match. I think that match is going to steal the match on the night of it all. Is that match right there between Bianca Belair and Io Shirai. So that would be my predictions for Backlash based off of Monday Night Raw and based off of Friday Night SmackDown, and celebrating the years of WWE in general and the Bomb the Knife character. That would explain it. Explain it exclusive. But what, and yeah, the Academy on that character, Raw Tag Team Champions, Olympics gold medalist wrestling. Jeez, right there with Otis and Chad. They show it every night. That's real wrestling. There's a lot of grapple, there's a lot of strength, there's a lot of power. Things in there, whether it's to pin your opponent's grapple them down, that is real wrestling right there. And I like how they show that. Dakota Kai sticking up. That when Io Shirai goes out there, I got two theories here. Because Bayley didn't seem like she was so excited about Io Shirai winning that match. So I think for sure tonight on Monday Night Raw, Big Time Beck's getting a revenge on Trish Stratus, so that way they can continue their match at Backlash to challenge her to it. I think that Bayley isn't so happy about Io Shirai versus our Raw champion Bianca Belair, who will show up tonight to show that she's ready. And if Damage Control tries anything, Asuka, I think, will help Bianca Belair out. Otherwise, I think that maybe Bayley will end up turning on Io Shirai because she wanted that spotlight. She wanted that opportunity, no matter how many times she's already gotten and lost. She wasn't happy at all about that. And she's the one that made the challenge in the first place. And it's only fair. Like, you had your chance, you had your opportunity, you lost, move aside, get to the back of the line, let somebody who hasn't got the challenger for it go. Because only time Io Shirai and Dakota versus is if they're either attacking her together or it's a tag team match, and never got to do it one-on-one for the championship belt, which Bayley's already experienced that. So I think for sure it will definitely have to be in that category, in that situation, that it only makes perfect sense. That would definitely be Big Time Bex for sure. Give her revenge Trish Stratus, whether she explains herself or doesn't explain herself. She's gonna get an ass whooping tonight from Big Time Bex. That's a good old Irish lash kicking. And they will settle in a singles action at WrestleMania Backlash. Now, as far as Lita, they'll get an update, on how Lita's doing. We need to see how that and, explain, because she's gonna have 2 targets on her back. Now, Becky Lynch getting a little bit of revenge on Trish Stratus for attacking her tonight on Monday Night Raw, continuing it in a singles action at Backlash would allow maybe Lita either tonight or coming up next week, like some kind of singles action there. It will definitely have to be Lita versus Trish Stratus on a Monday Night Raw to get her revenge, and then Becky Lynch to handle her revenge at Backlash within tonight and next week of Raw. I'm already throwing that out there. I already can see it. She's going to admit that she attacked to get that spotlight that she wanted, and Big Time Best is going to be like, you know what? I'll give you a good old smash spotlight when I whoop your ass at Backlash to handle that for attacking her. And as far as my Night Raw goes, you can see Lita getting her revenge on Trish Stratus then. It's kind of like when they broke the record together back then, doing it all over again. I would love to see that situation happen between Lita and Trish on my Night Raw before she goes to Backlash with Becky. I guarantee you that's the match, and that's what's going to happen. Guarantee it. No doubt in my mind about it. And, as far as that goes, Brawl and Shane, like I said, her and Oxa, I think, should be working better as more of an alliance, a tag team with her against Bailey and Dakota if they get involved. But Io Shirai with this opportunity, maybe damage control will be turning against her if she loses, because Bailey was not happy about her getting an opportunity in the first place, and then she turns around and loses. Bailey's definitely not going to be happy. And Brock Lesnar, they better have every security guard in the building, because if he shows up, him and Cody are going to be brawling. Because he'll definitely accept that match. And if he doesn't, I wouldn't know why. You can't just attack them and then run away from the fight, right? That's not what the situation is, right? Like, you have to explain it and bang him, be like, you know what? You want to fight? You want to battle? You want to take this in the ring, and we're going to handle it like men. So, that is my Monday Night Raw for tonight's prediction as far as last Monday Night Raw. As far as last Friday Night SmackDown, I was there live. I know you guys see my SmackDown transition videos here, and I'll show you along with it just a little bit. of me arriving at Friday Night SmackDown. We can do my SmackDown predictions. Along with the WWE Live this past weekend too. That I was just talking about. I've seen the Raw champ Bianca Belair remain it, and our United States champ Austin Theory remain to make up for last Monday, not seeing them fall this weekend to make up for it. Plus celebrating since she's been in the WWE for her birthday on Easter to make up for that Monday, and then this past Monday seeing her in the WWE Live win Theory to make up for this past Monday. So hopefully I can see her tonight, like I said. I think they should really do Rhea Ripley. This is my SmackDown result video. We're right up on the floor, right there on the action. Got to get a picture with the greatest referee of all time, Charles Robinson. Was awesome, sitting 2 seats away from me, right down there on the floor. Then I swear, Xavier was locked eyes with me. He was right at me because we were right there. I know I got a pancake from him and Kobe Kingston when they came and got to take a picture of the New Day and AJ Styles by accident. Zion Quinn and Corey Graves are like my comment on the NXT and commentary. Got a picture of Gerald Robinson, greatest of all time referee back then and now. And there's 2 rows there. I'm like, look over and he's sitting right there. I'm like, oh, okay. Of course, I have my Bloodline shirt, and they came out first and came out to the end too. And then Butch and all, I didn't even know they was gonna come in the crowd when they got done. Got a high five from them. I know you've seen that video too. I was like, oh, I didn't even know they're coming in. Braun Strowman, man, no wonder they call him the Monster Man. That guy's a tree trunk. Looking at him, not a tree trunk, a tree. That guy's close, but he's a cool dude. Really, really. Ricochet, Ninja Warrior, got really right up on him, 2 seats away from him. Because the way I was, it was 2 seats this way from Charles, 2 seats this way from Ricochet and Strowman. Would have got closer, but it was a sold out show, so never do anything last minute. Or trust people to get it done, because I wait till last minute. Otherwise, I would have been right up on the action. But I was 2 seats, see, I was 2 seats down. So that is that. For this SmackDown, I would have to say, with the brawl fights, the singles action, the match, like, I don't know why they did a singles action. See, they did a singles action with Solo winning or Matt, make up for what happened to injury, but the same results happened. So, I think for sure, it should be a lot different than it. It should definitely be the Usos and Solo versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and Matt Riddle in a 3-3 6-man tag team match. It happened on SmackDown, but they could move it over to Raw because they've been on both Raw and SmackDown. With the draft coming up, everyone's on Raw and SmackDown. They mix it up a little bit. So possibly everything that I'm saying could happen tonight on Raw. I was gonna say SmackDown, but I'm like, it might happen tonight. So that was my results of last Monday, my tonight Monday Night Raw prediction, Backlash prediction, last Friday Night SmackDown, this Friday Night SmackDown prediction, celebrating Raw and this past year with the draft coming up, what I think of my votes of it, and all that kind of stuff. So that, I would say this coming from maybe, that they could possibly do Jimmy and Jey Uso and Solo, the Bloodline versus Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Matt Riddle in a 3-3 6-man tag team match tonight on Monday Night Raw. And then Becky Lynch get a little bit of revenge what happened at Trish Stratus, taking it to Backlash. But in the meantime, Lita can get Trish on Raw, and then Becky will handle her at Backlash. Our Raw champion Bianca Belair got to see her on the WWE Live to make up for last Monday, and see her on Easter for her birthday, make up for that Monday. Plus celebrate in between there since she's been in the WWE. And I would like to see her tonight to go face to face with Io Shirai before they step at Backlash for the Raw champion opportunity. Now, one or two things happen. Asuka, I'm sure, will be there to make sure that Damage Control doesn't screw her up. But if Asuka or if Io Shirai comes up short, I think that Bayley is gonna stab her back and be like, "You see, this is why I wanted to do. I wouldn't have lost, even though she's already did." And da 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 da. I think that Bayley is going to turn on her, and Dakota's gonna be like, "That's your friend. That's your partner. You should be supporting her, not trying to steal her moment and her spotlight. Something good that could happen in her career too, and take that away from her." I think there's some sparks going on there that's gonna start fading very soonly. Very, very soon. American Nightmare, he had a little bit of injury last Monday, but for the majority, he looked great. He looked good. I seen him in action this past weekend, so I know he's okay to get in a brawl fight with the Beast tonight by accepting that challenge at WrestleMania Backlash, along with Bad Bunny and Rey Mysterio to go against Dominic and Priest within challenging them on SmackDown for a Backlash tag team match. And that maybe until then, Rey Mysterio, Estimos, but it's kind of 4-on-3. They have like our SmackDown Women's Champion Rhea Ripley that could take on Zelina Vega in a singles action, and then Estimos and Rey Mysterio in a tag team against Damian Priest and Dominic. But then if Finn Balor gets involved, you can imagine the rest of the rest of the LWO would not allow that to happen. So I think that could be a tag singles action, a tag team match, and then make sure above it all as far as a singles and a tag team, because there's not enough people to make it into a mixed match is what I was trying to get at. But I think Rhea Ripley going against Zelina Vega in a singles action would, because that's the second time that Zelina and her got into it. So I think Rhea needs to settle it with Zelina attacked you for winning the match, for getting involved. Now it's time for you to show why you're SmackDown Women's Champion and defeat Zelina in a singles action. And as far as Ray and Esteban, they got the best over him last time, but actually won a match against Priest and Dominic. If Finn gets involved, your boys ain't gonna let him do that. So I think that will happen this coming SmackDown, and it will be it's very interesting SmackDowns. Tonight on Raw and SmackDown within then, that will happen. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching and enjoying it. Be sure to hit that follow, that like, that share, that subscribe button on both Instagram, both YouTube. Queen Krazy K was happy to do this video for you guys. Really enjoyed you guys watching it. Really enjoyed you guys even more for who already subscribed and who already liked my videos. Thank you for watching, like, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. I really appreciate that. Really enjoy that so much. What I do for you guys, and you giving me that feedback by subscribing and liking. Those of you who haven't, go ahead, hit the subscribe, totally free. Would support my channel for me to do this and more podcasts like it. Plus, my Raw and SmackDown, my SmackDown videos are there live, and my Monday Night Raw SmackDown prediction that I just got through saying with a little hint of backlash. You can check out my new rapping video. I will show that in my next podcast for those of you who haven't seen it yet, but I will show it next time. Queen Krazy K, CEO, new rapping video out now. Check it out. That is why you want to subscribe. And I will view it in our next podcast. See you guys next time. Peace. Oh, and also check out my entertainment. I got some entertainment rapping videos out. I got the CEO rapping video out. I got the fun videos entertaining out. I got this podcast I'm dropping out. I got my Raw and SmackDown prediction within this out. All that stuff y'all should be watching, like, share, and subscribe on both things, and enjoy this podcast. My Raw prediction, my SmackDown prediction, my Backlash prediction, my celebrating of Monday Night Raw, my Easter celebration, my CEO new rapping video, my entertainment and funny, which is all collaborative that you already seen one by one, all mixed into a playlist for you guys. But I will show that video, CEO. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, check it out now. You got a week. Those of you who within a week haven't seen it, I for sure will put it in my next podcast. So see y'all next time, because it's really awesome. It's really great. I think it was my best one yet since I've done it. My favorite song by myself would have to be Me by myself in my first music video. I think I really slammed all the haters and stuff in that. In Slam Dunk, I really like that one off of the playlist albums. I like Me, my first music video. Killed it. That's my favorite music video. I like the new CEO one. Favorite new one, new project. And off of the album playlist would have to be Unleashed. So Unleashed was the favorite, like, Smile one. My favorite album playlist is Smile. My favorite song on any of the albums is Me. My favorite music video is the CEO. And Slam Dunk, I really enjoy that for my performances. So, see y'all next time. Peace.